Let me tell you about my little Vegas trip here. Came in a day early, and Jim Norton is a huge UFC fan, and I didn't even realize that there was a fight this weekend. So, Joe Rogan, a fellow comedian, he actually hooked us up with these awesome tickets. And I went down and I watched was it UFC 32? 132, I'm sorry, with Uriah Faber fighting some guy Cruz. I don't know the fucking names. There's only so many sports I can pay attention to. But I got to tell you something. You got to go to one of these UFC things. And just especially if you're actually in the performing arts on any level. And as much as you think it's badass to be in a band, or it's badass to be a comedian, or maybe to be a fucking, a fucking professional football player, there is nothing more badass than when Bruce Buffer does your goddamn intro and you come in not wearing a shirt to just fucking throw down with another fucking human being. It was just, I never felt like such a bitch in my life. I just remember just going like, do I really think that I'm some sort of badass doing stand-up comedy? And not to mention, if you're a fan of the UFC, this is another reason why you have to come out and see one of the live events. Is as badass as Bruce Buffer sounds, for those of you who don't watch, he does all the intros for the fighters. As badass as that guy sounds on TV, there's nothing like seeing that guy live. He is unfucking believable. He was so good. I was sitting there, Doug Benson. He was actually there, not to name drop a bunch of comics, but we just started laughing. He was so good, and we just laughing at like the intros, like the average intro that you get at like a college gig. You're a comedian. He's been on Comedy Central and David Letterman. His name is Bill Burr, and here he is. That's what you'll get at like a college. Or you go to a comedy club, it's a little more professional. They'll be like, hey, good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Punchline in Atlanta. How's everybody doing tonight? Yay! Oh, come on. You guys can do better than that. It's Friday night. I said, how's everybody? Yeah! That's the best we get. Dude, Bruce Buffer. I don't even want to try and imitate. I'm going to and embarrass myself, but he's just like... He just comes out. He has this sound, Ladies and gentlemen, it is time! And everybody's just like, what the f... You're just fucking looking at the ring. Fighting! And he just fucking... He just goes right through their credits. He's fucking pointing at him in every fucking thing that they've done in his career. He's like enunciating. He's getting his body into it. The fucking fighters are bouncing on either foot. I got amped up. I'm not even fighting. I'm sitting out in the fucking crowd. For half a second, I thought I knew how to fight. It was unbelievable. I thought I had a belt in something. It was the shit. And then, like, every fight I saw was great. The second I walked in, I saw, I think I saw 6 fights. 5 of them either ended in knockout or TKO. And I'm so bad with the names. What's his face? Was it Vanderlei Silva? He got knocked out by this dude with red hair in 27 fucking seconds. And after the dude with the red hair knocked him out, or dyed red hair, he's a spy in my world. He fucking knocks this guy out. And if you see the look on his face when he was flexing after he did it was one of the most terrifying things I've ever seen in my life. Once again, you just look at the guy, and as every guy always thinks, every guy has a nightmare of could I survive in prison? That guy does not have that nightmare. That dude, unrapeable. That's the highest level belt that you can get in martial arts. Oh, speaking of which, somebody knocked out somebody. I don't know what I can't remember. They started to blend together. And at the end of the fight, after he won, he got his blue belt. He said, yeah, I just got my blue belt in whatever discipline. And I was laughing, going like, something like, that's legitimately earning a blue belt as opposed to the blue belt that you get as a fucking accountant rolling around on some mat in a goddamn strip mall. This guy fucking just fought on pay-per-view and got a blue belt. Not even a black belt. I don't know. It was unbelievable. It was just an amazing thing. And I want to thank Joe Rogan once again for totally hooking hooking me up. I'll thank him from Jim Norton, Club Soda Kenny, and everybody else that came out. It was awesome, man. It was awesome. And then seeing Rogan come in, he's so fucking ridiculously good at it. Asks all the questions, you want to hear the answers to, and it was great. The only other fight I had ever been to, I went to a Miguel Cotto fight at Madison Square Garden, and it was a non-title thing, and I didn't know a lot of the guys underneath, and Michael Buffer wasn't doing the announcements, so they just had one of those old guys. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to world-famous Madison Square Garden. Back in the day, amazing fights used to happen here, but tonight you will not see those. A non-titled event. It was awesome, man. It was so I highly recommend it. If you haven't gotten the pay-per-view, definitely check it out. Even though I kind of ruined what a couple I told, I guess I gave the results of a few of them. I really am a dope. Well, fuck you. The air conditioning's not on here. So, anyways, how far into this podcast am I?